What's good, my peoples? It's your boy back again. Let's wash it. And today I'm coming with you as one Flex W because we got one FW in Rome, Georgia, the Rumble in Rome, tomorrow, March 21st. And it's going to be an event worthwhile. So, Fortio had to pull up on it because we are ATL Wrestling. And we going to show up and we going to show out and we are going to represent the brand because that's all we know how to do. So, first things first, I just want to shout out 1FW because they were with us in the beginning. They were retweeting us, they were liking our pictures and liking our videos. So it's only right that we show love right back to them on possibly one of their biggest events. So shout out to QT Marshall for making this all happen. And we're going to talk about him in a little bit because he got a match with a heavy hitter. So let's get started with the first match. It might be the first match, I'm not sure, but the Rumble in Rome, the Battle Royale. Whew. Well, this is going to be fun because I've never been at a Battle Royale type of match or Royal Rumble type of match or anything like that. So I'm very excited to watch this. I'm very excited to see who wins. And you see right there at the end, there's a man that's a Fortio Familia. He's a Mano. That boy Mark Davidson. And he's saying that he's going to want to win it. And as he should. He should win it. Will he? I don't know. Because 1FW is pretty deep. So they're going to bring out their heavy hitters. But just because he is family, and I'm going to be a bias flex today, I want to go with our boy Mark Davidson. So shout out to Mark. This is where we met him at. We met him in 1FW. So it's only right that we see him win in the biggest stage that ONW has to offer. Next up, the trios match between the Verdict and the Frat House. Now, the Frat House. They be getting some a lot of promos, really. Some little promo stuff in ROH and AEW and whatnot. And just, Mark Sterling's on the Verdict now, and Mark Sterling might take off that suit and tie and might actually put on a pair of tights and go out there. So we definitely going to see what happens with this match. I personally am probably going to pick the Frat House, but I could see the Verdict taking the dub because the Frat House might just do some dumb Frat House activities and forget that they need to pin and win. So if you had to tell me right here, right now, and I had to put money on it, I think the Frat House do it, though. I think they find a way to win it. That's my prediction. Next up, we got the MLP Canadians Women's Championship. It is in a four-way. We got the current champion who wants to stay champion, Giselle Shaw, versus three of 1FW's premier women stars. Brooke Havoc, who we seen her debut back in September 2025 in 1FW. Still making a name for herself, still doing what she got to do. versus Robin Renegade. One half of the Renegade sisters, Renegade twins, dare I say. But Robin Renegade's been putting her own stamp and showing off what she got to do. So shout out to Robin Renegade and Hyena Hera. When we interviewed the 1FW Women's Champion Remy Reed, which we will talk about her match next, she said Robin Renegade, Hyena Hera, two of her biggest rivals and best matches. So with these women, I'm expecting a lot of back and forth. If I have to pick a champion, I am going to go with the current champion to stay champion. But I know that all four of these women are going to put on the show. And I know that these four gentlemen are going to put on the show too. Because we got the 1FW Breakout Championship. Mr. Vari Morales still doing his big one. We watched him at 1FW and he was amazing. Versus Lee Johnson, Shoot Taylor, and Adam Priest. 2 4-way matches for some gold. That's all we need. So before I chose the champion to retain, you know what? I'm going to go with the upset. I think Lee Johnson wins the title. And Lee Johnson is going to be your brand new breakout champion. But I wouldn't doubt that the current champion would retain. But just for me, I think that Lee Johnson might do it. And like I was speaking about before, Remy Reed is defending her title against another one of her foes. And she named her in Angelica Risk. You know what's hilarious is that the current 1FW Women's Champion is the problem child. And she is facing the namesake of one of the biggest problem childs there have ever been in Angelica Pickles. But this time, it's Angelica Risk. You know, I spoke on this match and who I picked actually on the IG page. I gotta go with family. If you got yourself up and you took questions from myself and the one they call the shooting star, it's like your grandfather then. You are 4TL certified. So we're really never going to ever pick against you until you show that you're not capable of it. And Remy Reed has never shown that in her matches. So, with that being said, Remy Reed is going to retain. And similar to a certain person that be putting curses on people, Angelica Risk, if you want to win a championship, check your email, sis. We got you. We've been asking for an interview. Check them emails. We got you. You could be 4TL certified like Remy Reed. We'll see. And now we got a bunch of matches I'm about to talk about right now. So first things first, I wanted to talk about the bottom right, which is QT Marshall, who I shouted out in the beginning for making this all possible. He's going up against Andrade El Idolo. Oh man, this is Andrade is literally red hot again. It's like he was in AEW, He was great in AEW. Then he came back WWE, and people were like, "Yo, Andrade's back." And then he kind of had his thing with Melo, and now he's back in AEW, and he's back on. He's going after gold, and it's a pleasure to be able to watch him wrestle tomorrow. Hello, QT Marshall. But there's no way Andrade's going to lose this match. I'm sorry, QT. You get all your flowers, but Andrade is probably going to beat you tomorrow, good sir. But that's fine because you're going to lose against probably the third person that is going after the AEW championship. It's all good. Next up, Jay Lethal versus Elijah Drago. Now, we've seen Elijah Drago on a bunch of occasions. That man is a big man. He is he's ripped. He damn near is who his mentor is, which I will talk about in a little bit. He mirrors himself after Mr. Ass Billy Gunn. He could be the next one to make us feel like, damn, this feels like we're talking about Billy Gunn again. But he's his own man, Elijah Drago. And if he dies, you know the rest. I think this was a little bit tough, actually. I want to say Jay Lethal wins, but I don't think he loses against Elijah Drago. I don't know. I'm going to go Elijah Drago. I'm going to go with it. I think Elijah Drago beats Jay Lethal. I got to go with that. And you know what? Once again, these are just predictions. As long as we get a good match, which all these matches are expected to be great matches, then we're going to leave happy. Doesn't matter who wins. Now, the next match, I think it might be split. We'll see. We got a tables match between Double J, the legendary Double J, Jeff Jarrett, versus Paul Walter Hauser. And when I tell you that Paul Walter Hauser has been doing his big one in the wrestling, he is a wrestling fan that became an actor that was like, let me do more wrestling stuff. I like wrestling. Wrestling, I dare say, probably got Paul Walter Hauser into his acting bag from watching, Monday Night Wars. Pretty sure he got into his acting bag like that. And especially because referee is Michael Ray. Now, Jeff Jarrett wins, but Paul Walter Hauser is going to put on a show because that's what he does. He's an actor. He's going to put on the show. And because he's also a wrestler, he's also going to put on a show. And there's been rumbling online of people wanting Paul Walter Hauser to play Mick Foley. I think it's a match made in heaven. If they ever do a Mick Foley, movie, TV show, whatever, that should be the first and only, in my opinion, person to play Mick Foley. Now, Mick Foley should have the final say of who plays him, but I think Paul Walter Hauser will be a great Mick Foley character. And that's all I'll say about that. But Double J wins. I hope he pulls out a guitar, and I hope we see a guitar shot. That's all I'm going to say. Now, we got a tag team match. We got Valentina Rossi and Rosario Grillo. Or Grillo. We got Rosario. That man Rosario. If I'm messing that last name, I do apologize. Versus Orange Cassidy and Harley Cameron. Now, they've been talking to each other back and forth, trolling each other backstage and different places and whatnot. Harley Cameron just lost her AEW Tag Team Championship titles. She is pissed. Orange Cassidy just got out of Revolution with a dub against the Dogs. I'm sure that Orange Cassidy is pissed in his own way. He's Orange Cassidy pitch, which is like, darn. That's how pissed Orange Cassidy is. Very darn energy right now. So I do think that Orange Cassidy and Harley Cameron are going to win. But another great match that we will see. And last but not least, we got one fall to lose. And it is going to be a steel cage match. We got Brady Booker, Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn, and Brock Anderson. With Arn Anderson, because obviously we got to talk about Rumble. It's the Arn Anderson homecoming show. So of course Arn Anderson's going to be in the main event in some type of way. Now, is he going to take a bump? No. Is somebody else going to take a bump from him? Yes. With the best spine buster in the planet that will be dropped on somebody. Who? We will see. They're going up against superstars. Jimmy Wild, Nikki A, Tommy Mars, and the brand spanking new 1FW men's champion, Brady Pierce. I cannot wait to be in the front row watching this match, along the other matches, but this match is a little bit different from because steel cage, never seen that before in my life. Live. See Hell in a Cell, shout out to Punk and Drew, but never in the front row. I'm going to hear things that I might have to atone for the next day on that Sunday. But there's going to be things that might be said there, or I don't know. It's going to be crazy. I might accidentally get blood on me. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's going to be grueling. It's going to be wild. And now that's not just Jimmy's last name. Guns are going to be up. Hell, we might even see the return of Colton. That might be too far. Well, I don't think we're going to see Colton just yet. But, Pop ass and baby ass, pause that. Papa Gun and Baby Gun are going to put on the show. And Brock Anderson is going to show out for the family because wrestling has more than one royal family. And he's going to show that he's the next in the Anderson bloodline to do his big one. And Brady Booker is pissed off because he just lost a championship. So he's going to go against Brady Pierce. Battle of the Bradys. So I think that Brady Booker, Brock Anderson, Billy Gunn, and Austin Gunn get the dub because Arn Anderson is going to spine buster Brady Pierce. I'm calling it now. So that is Rumble in Rome in a nutshell. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited. And if you've been reading down, they still might got some tickets. If you are in the Atlanta area and you just want to hop over to Rome, you want to see some great wrestling, hop on over. It's only about a little hour away, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? That hour going to be worth it because you're going to, the hour is going to be worth it because you're going to see some great wrestling. You're going to see you're going to meet some people. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be up in there having a ball. And I hope y'all going to be there too. So we going to do it for the love of wrestling. Once again, it's your boy, Flex Washington. And Rumble in Rome is going to be a banger.